Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the first episode of HughesCast. I'm your co-host, Sam Hughes, and
I'm Immy. We're going to be doing it together, trying to upload weekly.
And we're going to be talking about the lives of school kids through the perspective of school kids, as well as talking about YouTube and mainstream media.
Mm-hmm. Just like different topics that are popping up at the moment and picking our brains at it and to see what the other person thinks.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
We contradict each other a lot, so it'd be quite interesting to see what the other thinks.
Yeah, okay, let's start off with talking about what's happened recently within the past couple of weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've just got off of half term, haven't we?
Yeah, and the week before half term, we had a week of work experience.
Oh yeah, work experience, okay. Immy, where did you go for work experience?
I went to my primary school and I helped out as like a classroom assistant for the week. It was really nice. I was with the year 4 class, so that's a nice age because you're not doing baby stuff with them.
Yeah.
But you can start doing some of the more adult stuff, but it's not too complex or anything.
Was there any like notable events that happened during your week?
There was a few kids that were just quite funny and little characters. Some of them, you can see they really push your patience.
Yeah.
But overall, I just really enjoyed the week. It's definitely an eye-opener and
Yeah.
things that shows the stuff I want to do.
Yeah, did you have to tell anyone off?
Yes, there was one little girl that was messing around a little bit, so I had to tell her off. She's like one of the little girls that she's bright, but if a teacher comes over, then she'll sort of soak off of them. So she'll just, like times tables we were doing, so she knows them, but she just doesn't want to work them out. She just can't really be bothered.
Yeah, my sister's like that.
So she'd be like, oh, so what's 2 times 3? And she'd be like, 15?
Yeah.
But no, you know this one. You told me this yesterday.
Yeah.
Just gotta try and keep her on her toes, I guess. You gotta not help her out too much because otherwise she just slacks off.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I had to moan at her a bit because she would play up because I was a little bit too soft on her on the first few days.
Yeah.
But what about you?
I went to a dessert parlour. It's a chain called Creams. Lots of fun. I showed up at about 10 o'clock on the first day on the Monday, and I was there folding boxes, and all of a sudden this figure looms up behind me, and it turns out that I was working with another guy who was from Bournemouth School, and we were working together all week, so that was fun. At least I wasn't alone, because otherwise it would have been kind of boring, but I would have managed. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were mainly working with the supervisor. Great guy.
That sounds really good. You said that you meant that you enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice work. I feel like it's really good to do something in like retail or because you get a good feel for it.
Well, on the first day, it was just me cleaning and sorting out stock rooms, which was so boring. So I went and complained to my parents about it when I got home. And I don't complain about much, but it was so boring. I thought I'd be cooking and making waffles and stuff, which I was doing later on in the week, but
if it's just a week of like stockpiling and cleaning, it gets a bit boring.
Yeah, and I kind of developed the mindset that if that's how it was going to be for the whole week, then I wouldn't think about that's what I want to be doing in however many years. That's where I don't want to be, and what am I going to do to achieve that not happening?
Yeah, I think that it's definitely an eye-opener. It shows you this kind of route that you do and don't want to go down.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes, well, that's why I wanted to go to a primary school, because for ages and ages I've like kind of leant towards it and then leant away from it and then leant back to it. So I was like, I may as well just go for my work experience. And if I love it, then I know that I want to do it. And if I hate it, then it's something that I can cross off and stop coming back to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely learned that it's definitely a route that I want to look at, if not go down.
Yeah, I kind of struck lucky because me and you have been going to Creams for a while as customers, and then I saw it on the website as a potential job placement for work experience. I was like, behind the scenes, let's work at it. Yeah, I worked there for a week, and like you said, it was a real eye-opener, and yeah, it was good. It was really good. I got to work with some good people. I got that kind of like sense of working with other people to attain a goal. I also got an insight into how shit was made, like you know what I mean, like the cookie dough and the crepes and the waffles. That was fun.
It's nice seeing that behind the scenes, especially when it's somewhere that you're quite commonly.
I feel like at school it's very behind the scenes, but also because you're all in the classroom together, it's like the stage is the classroom, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because I went to this primary school like as myself, so going back there as not a student, I see some of the old teachers and they're just chatting to me like they do other teachers.
It's so weird.
It was so freaky. I was like, I'm just Immy. I was in your class. Like
that's something I've noticed at school recently.
It's like as you grow up through school, I've noticed there's so much like teachers, they become more chatty with you. They're like, oh yeah, my kids are fine. Like you guys probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they chat to you a bit more friendly, like, and it's really nice actually.
Yeah.
My godsisters were saying they went to our school and they were saying that when you get to sixth form it's a completely different atmosphere and that some of the teachers act completely different. I think it's definitely quite nice because you get to build quite a strong bond with them, especially if you've been there since the beginning of year 7.
Yeah, that's true. What about after work experience? Did you get any perks, any benefits?
Well, she wrote me like a little letter recommendation type thing.
Oh, like a reference thing?
Yeah, the reference thing. I'm just saying what I was like as a student. It was all positive, I read over it.
Yeah.
It was just, appearance, timings, like when I attended and when I didn't.
Yeah.
I was there the whole week, but just to clarify.
That was just the paperwork that we all got, right?
Yeah, it was just the paperwork. I didn't really get too much of a perk. I think it was more of just like it was perk for me because it was something that I knew that I wanted to do. Yeah,
I got a pretty hefty discount, which was nice.
Very jealous. And you also got offered a job, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was working with this guy, and the two of us got offered a job. Well, he came to me, he said, right mate, I got bad news. We can give you a job, but only one of you can have a job. And so I already have a job at a fish and chip shop, and it's local. So Creams is about 45-minute bus journey, and it's about £2.50 for a return ticket there and back.
Yeah, which doesn't sound too bad, but
no, but like I might as well just get on my bike and go to the fish and chip shop
which is literally just
and do my shift.
Ride.
Yeah, and it's better pay at the chip shop and yeah,
more convenient.
Yeah, it's more convenient for me.
Yeah.
Although I loved working at Creams, it was great. The chip shop I'd already developed a bond with. And
yeah. You'd been there like you hadn't been there long enough for you to for it to be like a natural end and move elsewhere, but it was I literally pretty much just started there. It'd been about 2.5 weeks. So and you're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think that it's nice to work somewhere like that. Like I want to get a little job at one of the cafes along the high street or something.
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely something that everybody should experience because it teaches people that you're not just that you should be a good customer.
Yeah.
And even if you need to complain for whatever reason, just to do it politely.
Yeah, I've heard that Coast Coffee is hiring, so you might want to take a look there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll give you a reference.
Thanks. Plug me.
Plug me. You could actually go for a chippy job.
So you say that, but I'd like to work at the chippy, but...
There's a restaurant, so you could work as a waitress in the back with Libby and Phoebe.
True. I'm just thinking because, the oil and stuff, I know it sounds really petty, but I don't want to smell oil.
Really?
I'm joking.
So yeah, that's work, I guess. It was good. I thought it was much better than at school. Like I think it's much better than sitting down for 6 hours a day and learning about crap.
Yeah, I feel like school's great for some things, but I feel like it's worth for other things. Speaking of, I know this is pretty off topic, it's not on our agenda or anything, but I just thought of this now. I was watching this YouTube video the other day, and it's American versus British school systems.
Yeah.
And they're talking all about the American school system. And I was having a long chat with Mum about it. And she agrees more with the British system, but with the American system, like a majority of their thing is like 10% for like your attendance and behaviour in class, like 20% like pop quiz, 30% final tests, 10% mid tests, and like, but a majority of it just like adds up to how you are in class and your attendance and stuff. So it's not all based off of the final exam, which I think that's a good idea for some, if not quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because it means that you can't just like slack off throughout the year like you can in the UK.
Yeah.
And then like 2-3 weeks before your GCSEs, you know, put in loads of hours of studying, and then, you know, ace your test. Because in theory you could be an absolutely terrible person, and, you know, never do any homework, fail all your tests throughout.
That's not being a terrible person. It's being a
but
terrible
I mean, like,
student.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's like constantly disruptive and rude to teachers.
Yeah. Well, no, that is being a terrible person. If you're a terrible student like me, then you only put in the bare minimum, I feel. Yeah. The bare minimum to not at all, you know? And I do just above the bare minimum, because I want to be a good student, but I don't want to ace everything because I have bigger and better dreams. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I try to... I think it depends on what mood I'm in. Like, there will be some days when I get homework and I'm like, I'm just going to do what I need to do. I can't be bothered. I don't really have the time and I can't really be bothered to do. The majority of the time I feel as though you're a kiss ass. Yeah, I think it does depend what subject it is, though. Sometimes I do get away a little bit with being a bit cheeky in some classes. Yeah, you need to speak up a lot more. Okay, sorry. So, yeah. Speaking of, we've got our mock soon. That's not... Well, have you done any revision for mock? Well, I know you've done revision for mock, so why don't we tell them what you've done for revision? So far? So, like, how... I know you've been, like, sweating it out, like... How I'm revising or how much? Like, how many hours? Start off with how many hours you're revising. On average, between 2 to 3 hours a day. Yeah. Some days I've been ill like this a bit this past week, so I've been slacking off. So I'd say this week, like throughout the week, I've done maybe 10. 10 hours this week, yeah? Yeah, if we're being generous, I'd say probably around about that. But most weeks I'm doing a lot more than that. Yeah. But it depends on the subjects. For most of it, it's just making lots of revision cards, going through textbooks, and then just highlighting things that I'm a bit uneasy of. And my maps are great. Yeah. Just write in one colour, everything you know, go through a book and then fill in other blanks, and then make either flashcards or just keep on retesting yourself of my map. That's what I mostly do. But for science, we've got this revision guide, so I'll read up on the double page about the topic, answer a couple questions, mark it, and then just move on to the next one. Yeah. But it's a bit of a cycle. So which lessons did you revise? Do you do it in a cycle, like with the lessons you revise, or? It's not in a cycle or anything. It's just, so I've wrote out a list. We've got like all the things we need to revise, like a step-by-step of a revision list for each subject, and next to each like subcategory I put how much time it's going to take for me to just briefly revisit it, or if it's something that I need to put more time into because I'm unsure of it, I give it a bit more time. Yeah. And then I just put out a timetable, and that's taken me up to the Friday before our mocks that start on the Monday. Yeah. And then that weekend, I will briefly touch up on the topics that I'm doing on the Monday or the Tuesday. Yeah. And then the night before the exam, just like a brief top up for the next day. Yeah. So it was all pretty like relaxed those 2 weeks. I just wanted everything to like in full detail be done before the weekend, before the mocks, so I can do a bit easier. But there are some subjects which you can't really just sit down for 2 or 3 hours and revise. Like for me, Spanish, instead I'm just using like apps like Memrise and stuff, and like topping up on vocab, and then with like tenses and stuff we're doing loads of that in class, so I don't really need to revise on it. Well, I'm revising Spanish, but I'm speaking Spanish to my sister, so what that's doing, because my sister is taught by my teacher, by the same teacher, and I talk to her in Spanish sometimes. And that way, she picks up on a few words, and then the majority of the time she stares at me blankly and does the weird, like, puppy dog blink eyes. And,
Yeah, I only decided to do that, like, without even thinking. I just instead of talking to my mum and dad or, like, reading an English text, but in my head I translate it to Spanish and say it out loud. Everyone's looking at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Do you reckon I should be a history tutor?
Tutor?
Yeah.
For history?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know your stuff, like dates and what happened on things, then
Well, yeah, for sure.
Then I think that's like key, but I think that you need to know how to phrase answers.
Yes.
Can you do that?
That's the problem. My exam skills aren't the best. So, if someone said, "Give me the date of this, this, and this," I would be on it like a bullet. But if someone gave me like a 16-mark question, I'd flunk it. It'd be horrible.
I'm the complete opposite. See, I can argue my point and I can get...
yeah, I know.
And I can get like 8 out of 8 marks if it's like which event was better than this one, which like why, how, like to what extent do you agree? I can get like all the marks and then I'm great at arguing my point. But when it comes to like what date was Angelus, I'm like
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I've had to come up with like really weird ones like Rhineland. I remember what year that is because it goes 1. So there's in the word Rhineland there's 9 letters. So you take the 1 out of it for 19, and then you take the 3 out of it for 30, and then you have 5 letters left, which means it's 1935, which is the weirdest thing, and it makes 0 sense. But that's the only way I can remember.
The Rhineland was in 1936.
Huh?
The Rhineland was in 1936.
It was in 1935. I had to look it up the other day.
It was in 1936.
Was it?
Yes.
That's so embarrassing. Oh well.
and that's the show.
Oh yikes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Trying to make sure my Rhineland.
Right. What you need to know. So he came into power in 1933.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took the role of Führer in 1934. In 1936 was the Rhineland. In 1938 was Anschluss. In 1939 was the Sudeten crisis and the invasion of Poland, and then the start of the war. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. And that's why I should be a history.
Yeah, so you'll go with all the dates and time. I feel like with literally everything,
Yeah.
I feel like if me and you merged together, we would have like the perfect person.
No, we wouldn't.
Like we would argue a lot, like contradict each other loads. But I feel like if we were like with history and stuff, like we'd be able to like phrase our answer and like have all the key dates and stuff. Like in English, we'd have all the great ideas and know how to phrase it and like have like really good vocab and spelling and stuff.
If we merged together, it would be the love child of Freddy Krueger and Jason. So,
No, I feel we contradict each other, but then we also work really well together.
Yeah, but then if you slip up, so we could be on fire. We could be like burning through this like whatever project we're doing, and then all of a sudden you'll slip up, and then I'll get pissy with you, and then it'll turn to shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's school going for you at the moment? Like, how's your school life?
Just like day to day.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I feel like none of my lessons are particularly bad, like I dread or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my teachers are really nice. I don't think I have a mean teacher this year. And yeah, overall I'd say school's going oddly well.
Yeah.
Normally I feel like school just goes really great for like a month or 2 and then it goes a bit spazzy for a while. But I feel like this year, 2019, so far has actually been going really well and in my favour, which is quite normal. I'd say abstract, but that's the wrong word.
It's been going quite abstract.
What about you?
Well, I don't know. See, I started the year the same way that I started year 9, and that was kind of on a low, just lazing about, doing absolutely nothing. And then, voice crack.
Love that.
And then, oh my god, another one. That's just, and then,
woo!
I got, it was straight after February half term. Was it?
Last year or this year?
This year. No, it wasn't February half term because, it was after the Christmas holidays. I kind of knuckled down and we started our paper 2s, didn't we?
Yeah.
We just finished Hyde.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were doing our language paper 2s, and I said, Jesus Christ, I need to knuckle down. I need to start working because I got my GCSEs in a year and a quarter. And yeah, I kind of shit myself. And then I've kind of taken a step back because I've started a business.
Yeah.
I felt like the majority of the stuff that I'm working... So I started YouTube last September, and that's why I kind of took a step back at school, because all of my attention was going towards that, creating views, creating subscribers, reeling off all of the content, making lots and lots of content.
I definitely noticed a difference, like...
And then did you notice how I, like, knuckled down?
Yeah, like, in English, you would be present in class, and whenever you'd say something, it'd be, like, a really, really good point.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be very frequent, and then it sort of came up to, rather than it being, like, once every few weeks, it was, like, once a week, and then it turned to, like, every lesson you were saying, like, multiple things, and it just fell in love with you.
And then a couple of weeks later, I was kind of... to say I was bored, I wanted to be successful, and I kind of found my enlightenment.
Yeah.
And I started the business. I started Hustle Apparel. And then everyone kind of like gave me the weird look, but socially. Yeah. Everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't be a weirdo, don't ruin yourself, just stick to the agenda and just do your work. And obviously I went against that and did my own thing.
Good for you. Genuinely.
No, I'm only just starting out. I mean...
Yeah, I mean...
I have a long way to go.
We all do, though. I feel like if you let what other people think of you define what you want to do, then you're never going to end up getting to the way you want to be.
What other people have thought about me has never affected me. I used to go to birthday days dressed as Michael Jackson and a Power Ranger and stuff like that.
Yeah, I read this one... Billie Eilish once said this one thing, and I love it. And it says, no matter what you do, there is always going to be someone that's going to hate on you or say something that's going to contradict or going to put you down. So you may as well do something that you're happy with, because if everyone on the planet dies and it's just you and you're left with everything that you've done, if you've only ever done stuff that other people have wanted you to do, then you're never going to be where you want to be, and you're never going to be doing what you want to do.
That's fair. That's also deep.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks for that.
It is, but she's quite a deep person. But
yeah, no, she's she's
that.
Edgy. I always say there's no such thing as bad publicity.
There isn't. Fact.
Yeah.
Like, even people that have gotten, like, such bad publicity, like, obviously there's all this, like, KSI dodgy stuff going on at the moment. I don't really know, like, what's going on with it, but...
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's been going on for about 6 months now. So, Deji obviously came out and said that KSI... Well, it started because of Randolph, didn't it? Do you remember Randolph? Randolph?
No, I don't think I ever heard about this. I only literally heard about this the other day when you mentioned it.
Okay, so there was a YouTube, like, Sidemen thing, and Randolph made a stupid comment towards Deji. Then Deji got annoyed, and I think he made a diss track. But Randolph is a YouTube rapper, so... It was kind of picking a fight with a bull. And Randolph came back, he bit back, and then Deji kind of got put in the ground. So Deji, it was just loads and loads of diss tracks. Deji revealed something that KSI didn't want public, and KSI got mad and all of this, and then there was some shit going down in their family over Christmas. And then they made up straight afterwards. Deji kind of apologised. And then, as of about a week and a half ago, he came out with an hour-long video.
Oh, wow.
Saying that KSI had abused him mentally and physically, and all of this, and...
But...
Yeah.
I don't want to take sides or anything, but, like, it does sound like a lot of stuff that could be resolved behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's where it's ended right now, so... Deji's main point was he was tired of being seen as the bad guy, you know?
Okay.
And
which I guess is fair enough, but I feel like he should have...
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been a video that him and KSI made together and been like, look, we're fine, like, there is no bad guy in the situation.
Yeah, so KSI's obviously on his tour, isn't he? His New Age tour.
Oh, yes, of course.
And he responded, kind of, during one of his concerts.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an iffy one.
And he said that he was going to come back and he was going to pile into Deji. And obviously it kind of, like, roast the steaks. Everyone was like, "Oh, beef," and then yeah.
This is a bit of an...
So yeah, KSI comes back and he says all of his points. It's basically the James Charles and Tati situation all over again. But Deji posted another 3-minute video saying that it was all going to get resolved, and from that point forwards, no beef would be shared publicly. So it'd all be sorted internally within the family, and that'd be it. Which is good, I guess, because it doesn't... Because social media is either on your side or it's very much against you, isn't it?
Yeah, there's always a strong divide, it seems. And I feel like people are so like, in with the drama. They're like, oh, there's drama, I'm going to take a side. I'm going to listen to both of them. I'm going to ignore one person completely, and I'm just going to tear them to shreds. And it's just, I don't understand the concept of it. Like, I stay on top of drama, obviously. I feel like everyone does. Like, that's... everyone is so nosy, and I can't even say it's just this generation, because every generation is. You have your grandma that pokes her head out the window like, oh, someone just came home. Like, everyone's nosy. It's like a part of nature. But it's just, I try to sort of stay out of it, or at least keep my opinions relatively private.
Yeah.
I don't understand the concept of just tearing people down for the sake of it.
Yeah. And that's where the Paul brothers, you know the Paul brothers? Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of question is that? Of course you know the Paul brothers. Yeah.
No.
They've been under fire since they started.
Oh yeah, but to be fair, that's not, I guess, unsurprising. Like, they both have done really, really, really stupid things.
Yeah, but
they've done really good things, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like, because whenever someone goes viral, it's because they've done something bad.
Yeah. That's true.
So whenever Logan's in the news, or whenever someone's like, oh, Logan Paul's done this, it's because he's done something bad. It's never because, oh yeah, Logan's donated all this money to charity, or Jake's, done all this to help these people. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just, oh, they've set their house on fire, which, granted, it's an incredibly stupid thing to do. Why on earth would you ever think that is a good idea?
Did he set fire to what?
Jake, he set his pool on fire, like a mattress in his pool on fire.
Oh, yeah.
With, loads of houses within, 20 metres of it. Like, that's such a stupid thing to do, but then it's like, you can't... There's a good and a bad side to everybody, and if all you do is just show the bits that you want to show, then you can make anybody seem terrible. Right.
This is really controversial, but I can totally understand Logan Paul's entire situation.
Okay.
Everyone's going to slate me for this. Ever since the whole Japan thing in 2018 started, I was like, oh, what a dickhead. I'm slating him, giving him, not hate, because I didn't really pay him much attention.
Yeah.
And then I started YouTube, and I kind of started watching him, and started watching his vlogs before Japan. So 2017, all of his, daily vlogs back then. And that was kind of interesting, seeing how he... seeing how he dealt with the fame, because he rose so quickly.
Yeah.
And he gained a lot of speed. He kind of hit the ground running, pretty much.
I feel like that's quite popular nowadays, though.
Yeah, but so he hit the ground running. He's 19 million now.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of followers. It's kind of hard to deal with such fame. I mean, I want to be in his shoes. If I were to be in his shoes, I was given from 2016, if I was put in Logan Paul's shoes from 2016 until now, I would do everything the same, just except the Japan bit and the next couple of months after that.
Yeah, I feel like when you say you do everything the same, you would tweak the bad bits, but you would... But I feel like that's with the benefit of hindsight. I feel like it's very, very difficult to get caught up in the moment. I know he's done really, really stupid things, and
but I can totally understand why he did it, because he was... I respect his ethics so much. So he was looking for bigger and better things to do, and work, bring new content to people, and then he overstepped, took a new boundary, set the bar pretty high, and he was shunned. Just like, at the snap of a finger, he was gone. That was it. For, like, 6 months, he was, like, completely slated.
Yeah. It's a weird one, though. I feel like he's a bit...
Yeah, I never believed he did anything to upset anyone.
No, I don't feel like you necessarily... I find it very difficult. Obviously, there are some really messed up people, but I feel like it's very difficult to take a situation that serious and that severe.
And, everyone says... So the whole Shane Dawson sociopath thing came out, and everyone was like, well, this isn't really ticking the bullet points for Jake. It's kind of ticking the bullet points for Logan.
Yeah.
And I was like, well...
Logan came out and said, though, that he is definitely on the scale.
Well, everyone is. I'm on the scale. You're on the scale. You're on the psychotic scale. Without a doubt, yeah.
Try not to take offence to that?
No, everyone is on the scale of sociopathy or psychopathy.
I agree, but I feel like when he said that, I feel like he meant it as in, like, he has tendencies. Like, there are things that he does that definitely...
We all definitely have tendencies.
But I mean, like, there's, like, the scale and then there's, like, the scale. Like, there's the scale as in, like, you could put it on, like, 0 to 100.
Yeah.
And then loads of people are on, like, 0, 1, 2 to 5, like, 0 to 10. Which is, like, nothing. I feel like when he says he's on the scale, like, he's, like, within the region, these massive hand gestures, but of, like, he's more than the average person.
See, that's the thing. He did it for a reason, but the reason wasn't bad.
What, the Japan thing?
The Japan thing, yeah. I believe it was self-obsessed. He was being self-obsessed. That's what it was.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. I feel like I understand that you can get so caught up in a moment that you're not really thinking about what the consequences are going to be.
I would have done it. I'm not going to lie. I would have done it.
I feel, depending on the situation, I don't want to say I may have, because I feel like I feel like that's such a human moment, if that makes sense. Like when you're, like, caught up in a moment, I feel like if I saw a dead body there, I would just, like, break down and I'd have a moment.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, I don't really know what to do now. I feel like I would break down rather than just be like, oh yeah, like, adrenaline.
Yeah, everyone.
But then, like, everyone, like, has, like, that fight or flight reaction. Like, I would, like, fly.
See, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how I would react. I think I would. I'm one of those absolute idiots that would laugh at things to get it away, you know?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. But
yeah, so when you're uncomfortable...
He broadcasted it, had the audacity to put it online and shared it, which, granted, was a very stupid idea. But then again, he was... I saw the vlogs before it. He was spitting out thousands on Gucci and stuff. He was rising, very much so. He was happily spitting out thousands.
It's just one of those things that I feel like, especially with somebody with the personality of the Pauls, they're so outgoing and they're so big and they want to top everything that they're doing by making the next thing bigger and better.
Yeah, they have the dominate.
Yeah, and that...
They have the dominant attitude, which is what I have.
Yeah, but I feel like, although I feel like you're starting out, I don't know how big your personality is going to grow, if that makes sense. But I feel like if you do have that kind of personality, you do need to occasionally just take a small break and just be like, this is where I'm at. I do need to draw out a physical line and go, this is where I'm not going to pass this line. And I feel like because he grew too quickly, he didn't want to ever take a small break, even if it was just for a few days, and be like, okay, I just need to stay in touch with my roots.
And that's why I respect, Mike?
Yeah.
Logan's Mike?
Yeah.
I respect him so much because he was a drug addict. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
He was a proper heavy drug addict, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And he was, so he was on oxytocin, I think. And he was basically like, I think he was a dealer, I can't tell. But he lost everyone and then he turned around and sorted himself out and he's a really good guy right now.
That's really good.
What's that?
No, nothing.
Oh. Him and Logan Paul are working together now. So Logan Paul let him into his friend circle, basically reincarnated him and made him a better person. And they've kind of worked off each other, so they come from different backgrounds, but they're both very, good people now. And I respect that a lot. Because that's the type of relationship that you should have with guys,
Yeah, I feel like it is difficult to turn yourself around, especially from being in such a dark place with, drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But me and you had this conversation a little while ago, and as far as YouTube people go, I feel like you see it all the time. Like, there are so many people, like with like Joe Selgoner's squad, when I used to watch all of them, one of them would pull out the camera and their personality would just change like that.
Yeah.
Like, they go from just being like, oh, hi, yeah, mate, do you want a beer, to being like, okay, guys, I'm getting the camera. What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
It's me. And it's like...
That's what I
it's
have...
a persona.
That's what I have struggled with when I...
Yeah, because I feel like you're maybe not emotional, but like you're a lot more... You like to communicate like face to face with somebody rather than...
Yeah, I'm not
putting
happy with my content right now on YouTube. So if you go on my YouTube channel right now and you have a look at my stuff, hardly any of it is me speaking. Like, if you go back to the Belgian vlogs, hardly any of it is me speaking.
It's just more of like a documenting.
Kind of. It's more like inside jokes that happened on the trip.
Yeah.
So no one else is going to get it. It's all nonsense to every other person, except the people that went on Belgium.
Otherwise, it's just like a nice montage.
And even in 2, 5, 10 years, no one's going to remember it. It's stupid. It's pointless content that I'm going to end up privating in the next couple months.
Yeah.
Because I'm working so hard on bringing out good content that's going to engage lots and lots and lots of new people, new faces, and I'm growing very fast. Have you seen my growth rate yet?
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, how, not speaking English, how long ago was it that you were before 1,000?
Before 1,000 was...
Like, before you, like, started gaining all these followers? Like, how long
It was the start of work experience.
Okay, so what, 3 weeks ago, if we're being generous?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. In 3 weeks, how many followers have you gained?
So 3 weeks ago, I was at 746 followers.
And now we are?
We are at... Stop beating up the pillow.
I'm doing a drum roll, dramatic effect.
We were at... 748, I think.
And now?
1,400 and...
Something.
And something.
Woo!
So
like, that's
pretty
crazy.
much
That's doubled in 3 weeks.
It's weird.
And it's all organic. It's not like you buy followers or anything. Like,
yeah.
50p. No, just promo. No, it's just like, I don't know, I guess like organically, like communicating with real people.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. It's so good. So, I'm on TikTok now as well. That's the thing. I say, oh yeah, I'm on TikTok, and everyone's like, haha, that's funny, mate, that's a good joke. And I'm like, no, I'm serious. I'm on TikTok now. And they're like, oh, you don't do the lip sync stuff? And I was like, no, but so what if I did?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, because it's very frowned upon, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it was like a phase in like 2016.
Yeah, it's like the fidget spinners.
Yeah, if I'm honest.
It was a big thing, a huge thing, and people still do it in... So my sister and her, like, clan are very into it, and they all...
Oh yeah, not fidget spinners.
No,
TikTok.
They're all into TikTok and lip syncing and all of that. But what I do is I post little snippets from either my YouTube videos or my Instagram stories, Snapchat stories, Facebook
It's like
videos.
funny little videos, I guess.
Yeah. So have you seen my...
Yeah, I was stalking it the other day.
Thank you for that.
It's nice though. It's like, I feel like it's somewhere between Vine and like Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for. So my content, I wanted it to be somewhere between Vine and Instagram.
Yeah, it's you can do two different things though with music. I feel like if you do it in like I'm gonna say traditional way,
Yeah, the traditional like lip syncing.
Like, why you in this strong me?
Yeah, with the hand movements to make you look like you have Parkinson's and yeah.
Yeah, if you do something like that, then it's like a bit like, okay, you're obviously still in year 7.
Yeah.
But then there's also like I've seen so many funny like Vine type.
Yeah,
videos
there's the meme
TikTok.
kind of things. I watch them all the time on YouTube with my mate.
I like sat there like cry laughing over them.
Yeah, so
sometimes.
funny, so funny, and I would happily make content like that.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be like really really quick witted though.
Yeah, I am quick witted, but
Yeah.
I don't have as fast reactions.
Yeah, it's like you're funny if that makes sense, but you couldn't. Because I feel like.
Yeah, I have to
like planned funny if that makes sense.
I have the tendency to, instead of instead of laughing at the joke and then carrying on with the conversation and just generating the conversation, I will double back and I'll carry on the joke.
Yeah.
So if someone was to say, like a funny insult, like someone was to.
Rugly, haha.
Yeah, someone was to make fun of my teeth or something. No one has, but if someone was to make fun of my teeth, then I'd come back to them with something else.
Yeah,
you know? And then I'd carry that on, and then we'd carry it on, and sometimes we did bounce off
funny between you and that person, but like if I was to walk up and you and Jake were doing it, then I'd be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be funny for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like like that person to person relationship that you can bond with people.
It's annoying. I'm working on, obviously, I have an internet persona.
Yeah, I feel like
I have no clue how that comes across at the moment. I have no clue. I don't know if that comes across arrogant, stupid, what?
To me, it doesn't. I'm just like, ooh, Samuel.
Well, yeah, that's because you're my girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't know how mine comes across, though. Like, that's because I'm really sad.
I don't feel as though you have an internet persona, that's the thing.
No, I don't really, but then, to be fair, I don't really think of my I don't really have, like, much of, I'm going to say, an interest, but, like, right now, like, I'm not like, I want to build up my Instagram following, like you do.
Yeah, Instagram is a beacon for, like, everyone.
Yeah, but for me, my account's private. I, like, try and only let people that, like, I know follow me.
It's a beacon for different reasons, so yours is a beacon for...
Like, mine's just, like, documenting my life. If I find, like, a cute picture of me, I'm like, I'm going to post that. If I see a cute picture of my cat, I'm like, I'll post that. But mostly I feel like it's just for, like, my gran can, like, visit it and be like, Imogen, you're growing up so fast.
Yeah, see, but mine is the same. So mine is documenting my life.
But it's...
at scale.
Yeah, and not for, like, entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Rather than just, like, memory lane.
Yeah, so you remember the bikini thing?
Yeah.
When I put on the bikini. So I put on a bikini.
My Still haven't had that back, by the way.
I'm sorry, I was meant to bring it over today.
Sorry, you can keep it. You look better in it than me.
I recorded a video of me in a bikini. It was only a short, like, 5-second thing.
Yeah,
I said, "Hi guys, I'm back again, and I'm wearing a bikini." And then I flipped the camera, and there's me in the mirror wearing a bikini. Wasn't the most attractive thing, but it was funny. It was good content, I feel. Yeah. And everyone commented back laughing emojis or what the fuck laughing emojis and...
Anyway.
So what was that? That concludes it pretty much. There's nothing else to talk about, really.
Yeah, I feel like we've managed to cover quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like just like briefly though, like if there's any topics that you feel like we didn't really touch up on or you'd like to hear us, then... Yeah. More than happy with suggestions and things. Literally, I don't know, message Sam on Instagram, I guess. His socials, I'm pretty much guaranteeing are in the bio.
Probably, yeah. I will link everyone's bios and everything.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, cool. So basically every week it's going to be me and Sam.
Occasionally we'll have guests.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, guests is a good move. So yeah, thank you for watching, listening, whatever.
Yeah, it's fun. I like talking.
I know.